What's up, everyone? Welcome back to TFC On The Road. Quick update from February 3rd to February 6th because there's been a few key moves, a schedule change, and honestly, a couple things that still feel unfinished. Because preseason is moving, the season is getting closer, and the main questions are still loud. Who's the striker? What's the identity? And who's actually stepping up right now? So, today, a preseason match update you need to know, the latest on the striker market, plus Sargent Watch, a coaching/identity angle you'll actually feel, and a couple quiet roster details that matter way more than people think. Let's get into it. Number 1, the confirmed news, preseason match move. First official update, Toronto FC announced that the preseason match versus AIK got postponed and rescheduled to Sunday, February 8th. So if you were waiting for lineups, minutes, or the next preseason test, just know it's shifted. And I know people might say, it's just preseason. But preseason is where you see the truth. Who's training with the starters? Who's getting real minutes? Who's being trusted in certain roles? And who's still on the outside looking in. So a match move isn't chaos, but it does affect rhythm and planning. Number 2, the real headline, striker situation still defines everything. Now let's talk about what everyone actually cares about. The striker situation is still the story, because we can talk tactics and shape and preseason chemistry all day. But if you don't have a real finisher, you're just collecting possession and praying. And this week gave us another reminder that the market keeps moving. A big one, Sile Larin ends up moving on loan to Southampton from Mallorca. Now, I'm not saying Larin was guaranteed for TFC because nothing was confirmed, but it matters for this reason. It's another example of the type of striker profile that fans keep circling when they talk about what Toronto needs. Proven, physical, reliable finishing, someone who changes games. And every time a striker like that moves, it tightens the options and keeps the pressure on Toronto to land the right one. Because right now it feels like, okay, who are we actually starting up top when this becomes real? Number 3. The Sargent Watch, why this feels more serious now. Now let's talk Josh Sargent, because this story didn't go away in this window. It actually got more interesting. Here's the realistic way to explain it. MLS still has time. The primary MLS transfer window stays open until late March, which means Toronto can still make a move even when other leagues are done. And the reporting around Sargent this week basically paints this picture. He hasn't been a regular feature lately. And Norwich is still sitting on their valuation, while Toronto's name stays in the mix. So even if you personally think it happens, or doesn't happen, the point is, it's still active, and it's still one of the clearest swing moves Toronto could make. Because if Toronto lands a striker at that level, the entire season outlook changes. Important note, this is still reporting, not official club confirmation. So talk about it as what's being reported, and not as a done deal. Number 4, the identity question. Fraser's fingerprints are starting to show. Now here's where the update becomes more than transfers. Because even if Toronto signs a striker tomorrow, fans still want to know, what is this team trying to be? And this week gave us a clean coaching angle. Robin Fraser has spoken about the kind of football he enjoys watching, and he's referenced top-level, possession-dominant, intelligent teams. Now, I'm not saying Toronto is suddenly going to play exactly like that overnight, but here's what it tells me. Fraser's focus looks like it's going to be structure, control, being hard to break down, and building patterns that create real chances. So when we watch preseason, I'm tracking 3 things. Is the build-up cleaner? Are we seeing less chaos and more purpose? Do the wide areas actually connect? Are the fullbacks and wingers supporting the attack with a plan? What happens in the final third? Because structure is nice, but goals decide your season, and that's why the striker question keeps coming back, because style only becomes dangerous if you can finish. Number 5. Quiet roster detail that matters. Mbong in camp now, here's a smaller roster detail that actually matters. Hugo Mbong is with the preseason group as an unsigned camp invitee, even after Toronto declined his option earlier. And this is exactly the type of thing preseason is for. These players can earn a depth spot, earn another look later, or push the room in training. Is he guaranteed anything? Number. But if you're watching who might become a surprise depth piece, this is a name to keep on your radar. Number 6, player to watch. Malik Henry now. One internal name that I think is worth a real watch this guy. Malik Henry. He's one of those players where if Toronto doesn't land every big attacking upgrade immediately, they still need creation and energy from somewhere. Henry put up production with TFC 2, including assists, and the club already showed belief by giving him a first-team deal. So what does that mean for us? In preseason, watch for: is he playing fearless? Is he direct? Does he try to create instead of playing safe? Does he earn minutes with stronger groups? Because internal improvement stories matter more than ever when your roster is still in progress. Number 7, development pipeline update. TFC 2 signings. Quick shout for the pipeline. Toronto FC. 2 announced they signed goalkeeper Christopher Kalongo and defender Daniel Stampatori to MLS Next Pro contracts, pending approvals. That's not first-team headline stuff, but it matters because it shows the club continuing to build the system, and it gives you more names to watch as the season builds. And sometimes those pipeline players are the ones who surprise you when injuries hit or depth gets tested. Number 8, what the fan base is feeling right now. Now let's be honest, the vibe around the fan base this week is simple. Okay, where are the signings? And that's not fans being dramatic. It's because TFC is close enough to the season that people want answers. The big picture is there's structure coming. There's a coaching shift that should help. There are some internal players worth tracking. But the roster still needs a real attacking push, especially up top. So the next week or 2 are massive. Because once preseason minutes start looking more first team, you're going to see who's really trusted, and that's when the season starts to feel real. That's your February 3rd to February 6th update. Drop in the comments if you could choose one move TFC must make before opening day. What is it? Striker? Winger? Another creative mid? Depth? And if you want me to keep these updates tight and consistent through preseason, hit subscribe. TFC On The Road. See you on the next one.